Good morning, everyone. My name is Mighty Stream, and I'm going to do your December the 29th Spiritual Principle Day in a Meditation. I am brought to you by Hope Through Navigation, and this is our Hood Recovery Services. You can reach me at recoveryofhope21@gmail.com. Hope you're having a beautiful morning. Okay, let's see what we have here. December 29th, remaining steadfast. We learn what is true for us, and that sets the direction for our lives. That's taken from the Living Clean book, Chapter 2, Connection to a Higher Power. Early in recovery, each of us grapples with some troublesome truths about our addiction and our lives. Coming to terms with our powerlessness marks a vital shift in our perspective, and we strive to accept this reality on a daily basis. Many of us do this consciously in prayer or while meditating. We read today's JFT. We write in our journal. We go to a meeting and say, I am an addict, or all we do is not use that day and go to sleep clean again. Commitment to these practices, however it looks to any of us on whatever day, is steadfastness. Reckoning with our powerlessness leads to our unearthing many other truths. We develop new values and beliefs as we complete and share our steps, participate in our recovery, and stay open-minded. We come to understand who we were, who we currently are, and who we want to be. We strive to live in accordance with spiritual principles we pick up along the way. Steadfastness is our anchor when we're driven to act on a defect, harm ourselves, or lash out at others. We find that we're better able to tame our worst tendencies or to bounce back more quickly and make amends when we do falter. We learn some difficult lessons too, especially when our firmly held beliefs and values are challenged. Other people can be equally steadfast in adhering to NA principles in their own ways and may have beliefs we perceive as being in conflict with our own. Being steadfast doesn't mean we're inflexible. Rather, we attempt to find balance in those circumstances that call for a steadfast commitment to being reliable, practical, flexible, and compassionate. Yes, all at the same time. We discover ways to coexist with others with whom we disagree and contend with life on its own terms, all while standing up for our beliefs. Whether it's the truth of our powerlessness over our addiction, over other people, or over life's difficulties, I can remain steadfast in the recovery practices that help me deal with it. Let's take a moment of silence, followed by the we version of the Serenity Prayer. Moment of silence now. God, grant us the serenity to accept the things we cannot change, the courage to change the things that we can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Just for today, please and thank you. Remaining steadfast. I like that. Remaining steadfast does not mean that we're stubborn. It doesn't mean that we're inflexible. It really does actually mean that we're open-minded. We're open-minded to the fact that other people have their own ideals, their own way of working things, their own way of working their recovery program, and we have ours. And we are steadfast enough, or I would say believe strongly enough in our core values about what we're doing for our recovery and living life on its own terms, we're steadfast enough to allow other people to do what they need to do, however they see fit, without it interfering with our peace of mind or our own core values. It's a wonderful thing when you reach that stage where you're willing to allow people to live their life as they choose, to agree to disagree. Yeah, it relieves you of the pressure of having a point to prove. It relieves you of the pressure of trying to sway or persuade someone, or to manipulate them, or to control them. See, we have to look at the glass as being half full. And maybe the empty part of the glass is, in our mind, what they're doing, saying, or believing, or how they're acting. But in reality, we're really no different than they are. Maybe we're less vocal. Maybe we have behaviors that we're still trying to address that are actually not acceptable to other people. However, we are working our program. One day at a time, 1 second at a time. We're steadfast about the fact that we're powerless over our addiction, but also over other people, over difficulties in life that might come up. But the one thing that we are sure about is that we want to live, we want to recover. And that steadfastness, as it says here, maybe some days, we are just not having a great day, but we're choosing not to use. We're going to live that day to the best of our ability, go to bed clean, and wake up clean. What a relief. That is steadfastness. Today, let's be steadfast and give other people the room to be steadfast however they see they need to, without it affecting us, affecting our peace. You are in the flow of the mighty stream, and I am expecting today that you will go out and do mighty things. I believe in you, and I know for a fact, if you're listening to this podcast, you've heard it a few times. Maybe you have or have not subscribed. But if you are listening to this podcast today, you probably, more than likely, listened to it yesterday. And I want to tell you, thank you very much. Every subscriber, every listener, every view means the world to me. I am going to have the most excellent December the 29th that I have ever had in all of my life. And I expect for you to do the same. Have a beautiful day. Talk to you tomorrow.